This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 19-meter band between 1230 and 1330 UTC on 15450 kHz to Europe. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr. Following the news and the review of the Turkish press, thank you for listening to the Voice of Turkey, present our feature programs and some music.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. This is Halil İbrahim Sarıkaya from Voice of Turkey. Today, 20th of November 2022. You are listening to the news. Turkey conducts air operations against PKK-YPG terror targets in northern Syria and northern Iraq. Turkey conducted an air operation against the PKK-YPG terror group in northern Syria and northern Iraq, the National Defense Ministry said Sunday. The Pençe Claw Sword air operation was conducted in northern Iraq and Syria, which are used as bases for attacks against Turkey by terrorists, the minister said in a statement. It said the operation was carried out in line with the right of self-defense arising from Article 51 of the UN Charter. Terror nests are being destroyed with direct hits, it said in an earlier tweet as it shared the first images of the operation. It announced the operation on Twitter with a photograph, a Turkish warplane taking off, and said, "Time for reckoning. The scoundrels are being held accountable for the treacherous attacks." The operation followed last Sunday's terror attack on Istanbul crowded Istiklal Avenue that killed at least 6 and left 81 injured. The Turkish government said the attack was carried out by the PKK-YPG terror organization. In its more than 35-year terror campaign against Turkey, the PKK, listed as a terrorist organization by Turkey, the US and the European Union, has been responsible for the deaths of more than 40,000 people, including women, children and infants. The YPG is the terror group's Syrian offshoot. Turkish president heads to Qatar for 2022 FIFA World Cup. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan departed for Doha on Sunday to attend the opening ceremony of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Erdoğan will attend the reception hosted by Qatari Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The president will also watch the opening match between Qatar and Ecuador. As part of bilateral security cooperation, Ankara deployed more than 3,000 police officers and security personnel to conduct a joint security operation with their Qatari counterparts for the World Cup. France's Yellow Vest hit streets to mark 4th year of protest. Protesters took the streets again Saturday in Paris in the 4th year of the Yellow Vest demonstrations. Josiane, who did not want to give her last name, has been participating in the demonstrations for 4 years and drew attention to injustice in France. "We can no longer live in France. Our fridge is empty," Josina told the agencies, adding that hospitals and social services are in a bad condition. Another protester, Charlotte, said inequalities are increasing in France at an unprecedented rate. The Yellow Vest movement, which started in France on November 17, 2018, in response to fuel price hikes and deteriorating economic conditions, continues with protests against President Emmanuel Macron's socio-economic policies. Demonstrators take the Paris street every Saturday, chanting, "We are here for the dignity of the workers and better world, even if Macron does not want to." Protesters have said they want social justice, more democracy and referendum to be organized with the initiative of citizens. 88 Auska Turks in Ukraine's Kherson city transferred to Turkey. A total of 88 Auska Turks living in Ukraine's city of Kherson, where the war with Russia continues, were transferred to Turkey via Russia and Georgia on the initiative of the Turkish Foreign Ministry. Our 88 Auska brothers who were stuck in the city of Kherson in Ukraine were brought to our country through Russia and Georgia upon our initiatives. Welcome to your homeland, Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu said on Twitter early Sunday. Turkey will continue to stand by Auska Turks wherever they are, Çavuşoğlu added. The Auska Turks, most elderly and children, set off from Kherson on October 31st to come to Turkey via Russia. The World Union of Auska Turks thanked Turkey for its help. Auska Turks, also known as Meskhetian Turks, were expelled from the Meskheti region of Georgia by Soviet leader Joseph Stalin in 1994. They also faced discrimination and human rights abuses before and after Soviet deportation. Austria to impose windfall tax on energy firms. Austria will introduce a temporary windfall tax on energy firms according to the country's finance ministry on Friday. The windfall tax, which is levied on unexpectedly large profits, will be up to 40% for oil and natural gas companies. It will apply to oil and natural gas companies' profits in 2022 and 2023, which are 20% above the average of years between 2018 and 2021. The amount of tax can be lowered to 33% if the companies would make investments in green energy. The move is part of an EU-wide agreement that aims to redistribute some of the excess profits of energy companies. Energy firms' earnings have skyrocketed this year as Russia's war on Ukraine has pushed energy prices higher. And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey. Goodbye, dear listeners.